Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF uh, Nxt 2.0. I am Gene Okerlund, here with Trini Kwan and with Wade Barrett. And today on NXT 2.0, we're going to see. Well, we know we got Becky Lynch here, the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, I'll tell you one thing Trini Kwan says: her mindset, her mood, her stand, the way that she handles herself has shifted. And why? Who knows? I don't really, at the end of the day, I truly don't know why she thinks the way she thinks or why she does the things she does. No one truly seems to know. But there are guesses, and they could be wrong. But one of the guesses is that either she felt she wasn't getting on look, or either she felt that folks shifted on her. No one truly seemed to know. But I don't know. Trini Kwan says, you know what? You know this. What this recalls. You know what this reminds, or what this calls to mind. Wade Barrett said, or what this recalls, is when The Rock came back from doing boostering and showing work for the first two films that he was in, and they made him go bad like that. But Wade Barrett said, that's the only thing I can that's the only thing that I can fuck put it to. That's what I talk about. No on look. Yeah, I get no on look. Not from the folks, not from the followers, not from wakefulness, not from anyone. And I know there's going to be someone out there saying, oh, well, this isn't the up to date doll of you. And you would be right. It's not. Since the up to date doll of me, gotta step on the bed again just because the up to date doll of me would be worth way too much. But one day we will get the nowadays doll of me. But until then, we just gotta deal with this one. Now, everyone's always asking me, why do I behave the way I behave? Why do I have the stand or the mindset? You know, I don't know. But all I know is that I can't get through. You gonna shove that ring out of the way again and wait for it's gonna knock me down, we're gonna have a hang up. I don't know. There we go. So the way I look at it is that I don't know. All I know is that I never yielded as a TWF women's heavyweight fighter. Fuck, won't fit. Which hand would I go on to? Yeah. All I know is I never yielded as a TWF women's heavyweight fighter. I had to give it up, but that's not the same thing as losing it in a fight or a match, folks. So, and I know out of both of us, at least I take on all theirs. Unlike Charlotte Flair, who is the world women's heavyweight fighter, doesn't take on theirs the same way I do. So, who's next to get themselves shamed by me? You know, who's next on the list to get shamed by me? By what I once called myself the arse kicker, the booty kicker one time. Then I called myself the man, but then apparently that started having lawful hang-ups of other folks out there who thought they had ownership over it, trade ownership over whatever the fuck. So who wants to get beat up by Big Time? Because apparently that's the new nickname. until someone out there wants to take that from me. Anyway, now let's get one thing straight about this whole thing. Yeah, I think we all heard enough, Angelina Love says. Yes, I think we all heard enough, Becky Lynch. Yes, yes, you're the beaten. Yes, yes, everyone should love you and onlook you. Yes, yes, we all know all the yields you made. We all know about how you had a child, came back 1 year afterwards, picked up where you left off at. But unlike the first time around, where you were a heel, somehow became good, you then became a heel again. But then again, if I stop to think of it, Becky Lynch, you started out your time in WWE as a heel, am I right? Yes, you came to WWE back around 24 between YL as whatever, as good. Then you went bad, hanged out with the folks, went bad. But then by the end of your time on NXT, you were good. You didn't win the WWE NXT heavyweight winnings, but whatever. After that, this was before the whole team thing started. So when you were brought up, they really didn't have the Raw and SmackDown team thing. That had been dead since 2011 way out, right? But as soon as they brought it back, you were put on SmackDown the first time. You became the WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Lost that. Then you won that again. Well, and somehow when you went to Raw, then you became bad. But after Charlotte Flair, you became a two-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Then you went over to Raw, where somehow you became a three-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter, a one-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Lost one, yielded the other one up. Then when you came back, you became what? A four-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter and a two-time WWE Raw Heavyweight Fighter. But you see, Becky Lynch, you kind of forget you did yield one. You did lose one. Remember back when you were first both WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter, and you were involved in a two-way fight between Charlotte Flair and Lindsay, what was her name? I don't know. Whatever will come to me. But whatever. I don't know. Whatever. You were involved in two fights with two women at the same time, and you lost one to Lindsay. I forget her last name. Will come up. So yeah, you did lose one. And let's not talk about how you. Yeah, I know. You like to talk about the past. Alright? But since now, no one has been able to touch me. You know? And yeah, somehow, some way, you like to bring up how you need to bring up, or you forget to bring up, Angelina Love, how I became a four-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter and a two-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And how even though since 28 between YL to at least 29 between YL until 2020 YL, and I had to pick up where I left off. And even though the WWE, everyone wonders, will I be holding it forever? Will I be the only one? I can't speak for it. Roman Reigns, he seems to be the one who has a death hold on the World Heavyweight winnings, not only in TWF but in WWE too. But I don't really give a shit about him. The grounds is that I'm gonna be the two-fored one who holds on to their winnings as long as you did. And you could talk about how great you were in TNAW, or now they call it IW, and about how somehow you became a 5-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter, but that belt's shit and has always have been. And since we don't really need Gil Kim out here to make a match or make a fight, how about we just do it now? We can go get that Fight Lord. We don't know who the fuck his name is, but we need to get them. Like, yeah, well, there's a little hang up with that because we don't know where we put them. There's a little hang up with that because we forget where we put them at. Oh, God. Which is sad. Oh, I don't know where he went. Oh, fuck. We're going to have to go with the other one then. Where did he get put? Oh, yeah, well, that winning is not shit. Fuck. Well, let you know that winning is not shit. It is a onlooked winnings, Madison Rain says. You know, and it wasn't for what the women wrestlers were doing in TNAW or now IW now. WWE would never ever, never ever do that for the WE women. Is that so, huh? Is that so? Well, fuck TNAW, fuck IW. Because it's too late now for them. Because we all know if I was in IW, I would beat everyone. We all know if I was in AEW, I'd beat everyone too. So, we gonna get Gil Kim out here or not? Or we just fucking around all the time? Well, this is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. I guess we just heard first. She is Angelina Love. And she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Well, anyway, Gene Okerlund said Becky Lynch believed that if she was in IW, she would beat all the women wrestlers there, and if she was in AEW, she'd beat all the women wrestlers there. Angelina Love, who is a former three-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter in her own right, body slamming on Becky Lynch right now. And her body slam. And that's right, Trini Kwan said, Becky Lynch can have her thoughts and beliefs on anyone she wants. But you can't put down all the other women wrestlers and every other wrestling business. And Angelina Love, who is now going to get ready. Lacey Evans, that was the one. And now, Angelina Love right now. Coming off in the top rope and down. 1, 2. Only a 2. Oh. And now, Becky Lynch coming back now. Wade Barrett said, why you talk about Lacey Evans? Because she was the only one that Becky Lynch lost to since being the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter, WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Oh. And now, Becky Lynch right now thinks she's gonna, beat her. Oh. And the man slam, whatever you called that she likes to do now. Wade Barrett said, I like her mindset, I like her behavior, I like her stand. I think it'll work. And now, you stand over there. And now, she's going to do the disarmer. Her oldest move that she's been doing for years in every wrestling business until she got to WWE. And she's going to yield. Will she make Madison Rain yield out? Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I think she did. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Becky Lynch. Well, Becky Lynch is still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Gene Okerlund says. And I don't know if Becky Lynch has gotten any more on-look from anyone for what she did here today on NXT 2.0 than she has gotten for what she has done anywhere else. Oh yeah, Trini Kwan said, I'll tell you one thing about Becky Lynch. She always talks about on-look, but then the things she does and say these days, nobody would be getting on-look for. You know? And now she also got something to say too. So I just beat Angelina Love, which everyone seemed to think was great and everything. Oh, the 5-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Big fucking deal. You know, I have done a lot more as being the 4-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter and a 2-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter than Angelina Love has done in all her times of being the 5-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And Angelina Love, how can I get you two misled between each other? I'll give you something. You're a tough woman. You're a good fighter, a good wrestler, but you ain't Becky Lynch. You weren't the booty kicker. You weren't the man, and you're not the big time. Now, I'm going to go a little bit off to say if you want to come at me again, then I'll be ready for you. But we all know that IW is no longer the way it once was. And AEW, or it's just an IW wannabe. And all the women wrestlers in IW and AEW and NWA and MLW and AAA and NJPW and LU and GCW and XPW and ZCW and JCW and PWG, and PWN and ROH. Well, all of them, and BCW, all of them, and OVW, all of them are shit. Because I'm the only good one. Well, I guess she does got the right to that thought and belief, and if you want, Gene Okerlund said, but Jim Ross is now going to be talking with Angelina Love. Hi, Gene Okerlund. I'm going to be talking here with Angelina Love. And Angelina Love, things have quite not gone the way you wanted them to go. No, you're right, Jim Ross. I was at least a former 3-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter when I first came to TWF back in 26 between YL. And I was a former 5-time IW Women's Heavyweight Fighter too. So I fought Becky Lynch, and she beat me. Yeah. But am I going to bitch about it? Am I going to sob about it? No. I'm going to get back at Becky Lynch. She likes to go around and say she's the greatest women wrestler there ever was. Well, that's a thought and belief, because many of the other women wrestlers can say that. She behaves as if she was the first woman wrestler to ever, get with child and come back in 1 year. She behaves as if she was the only woman wrestler to ever be booked to be a 4-time WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Fighter and a 2-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She behaves as if she's like she thinks she's Steve Austin or something, but she's not. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Jim Ross. Her mindset, her stand, her behavior, it is sickening. She talks about how she wants on-look. And how at one time, in 29 between YL to 2020 YL, she did have on-look. But no, ever since she came back last year, she no longer cares about on-look. But she bitches the hell about it when she doesn't get it. Yeah, Jim Ross says Angelina Love, onlook is a two-way road. You gotta give it to get it. And that's what she forgot. But then again, knowing who she's wedlocked to and knowing that, I don't really think, at the end of the day, I don't really think she'll ever learn that. You think she'll learn that again? I don't know. I don't care about Seth Rollins and her and what they do when they're not wrestling and fighting. But I do know how she behaves when she is wrestling and fighting, and that's like a bitch. You want to say a lot of stuff about me? Go ahead. I'm guilty of a lot of shit. Well, that's my talk with Madison Rain. Back to you, Gene Okerlund. Well, thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with Angelina Love here on NXT 2.0. That's all the time we got here for NXT 2.0. I am Gene Okerlund for Trini Kwan and Wade Barrett. We hope you like NXT 2.0, and we'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite. And I mean Angelina Love, I keep making that mistake, calling her something else.